Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Taylor. I'm the principal here at Reedsburg Area High School. It's Sunday, April 26th, and today we should be down in Monona Grove at the high school there for the annual Badger Conference Top Scholars Banquet. Every year, all 16 Badger Conference schools get together and we celebrate why we're really here. We celebrate the top students in our schools, and that would be our Top Scholars Banquet. Unfortunately, with the virus that we're dealing with and the governor's lockdown of schools, we can't have that banquet today, but I thought the right thing to do would be to have Mr. Terry here, help us videotape something and have our own virtual Badger Conference Top Scholars Banquet here at Reedsburg. So how this would work is typically the conference president, and this year it's Mr. Jeremy Billhorn from Milton. He would come out and he would talk to all the people that would be sitting out here in front of us in this auditorium, but today you're stuck with me, Mr. Taylor, so I'll be the MC. And what we typically would do then is we would have invited a guest speaker. This year our guest speaker would be Dr. Barbara Sramick. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's a professor of educational leadership at UW-Madison, and she would come out and she would have some words of wisdom and some things to share with everybody in the crowd out there. And again today, well, you're stuck with me. And so at this time, Mr. Terry is gonna put a quote up, I think it'll be on my left, up there that talks about how in our lives we can't control the things that happen to us, but we can control what we do with the things that happen to us. And I think it's especially relevant to the situation we find ourselves in. This is not how we want to finish your senior year. This is not how we want you to go out as the class of 2020 from Reedsburg Area High School, but it's the situation we find ourselves in. And so the power, as the quote says, the power is that we decide how we react to those things that are happening to us and around us. And so my quick words of wisdom for you today are, let's make the best of this situation. Let's come out on the other side of this situation, having learned from it, having improved from it, and having gained some understanding for ourselves as people. And I hope that you take this to heart, and I hope that you really are doing well out there and surviving basically this situation that we find ourselves in. We miss you here at the high school. We wish you were here and not doing these things virtually, but again, this is the situation we find ourselves in. So let's make the decision to be positive about it. After the speaker would speak at our banquets, it would be the time to celebrate all 16 schools' top scholars, and we would read the names of the scholars, and we would present them with these plaques that we've had made by some company. I'm not sure where it even is, but these are they're very nice plaques. And again, this goes back to, we don't celebrate our scholars and our academic students anywhere near enough in high schools in America, and it's a shame, and that's why I'm glad we're here today doing this, because we want you top 10 kids to know that you're the reason that we're here. We're here for academics. We're here for students to demonstrate their academic abilities and get ready to go on to the next step. And so at this point in time, we will talk about and name our top scholars. I will ask that you all out there in the virtual audience hold your applause until the end as we get through these names, and the names will hopefully appear on the screen next to me as we're naming them. So here are, in alphabetical order, the 2020 Reedsburg Area High School top scholars. Anna Anderson, Caitlin Brunken, Bailey Fitzgerald, Angela Gasser, Sierra Grundle, McKenna Hulvensleben, Nicholas Orjeski, Kaylin Kurtenbach, Hayden Stovey, Feng Wang. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, those are the top 10 scholars for Reedsburg Area High School. Please give them a round of applause. At this time, the MC would take a second after all 16 schools have been introduced and recognize. The MC would say something about how proud we are of our students and how much we appreciate all 16 of the schools. And if we could, while you're out there, let's give a round of applause for all 16 of the schools, because we have one of the premier conferences in the state, the Badger Conference, and the schools therein comprise some of the most powerful academic minds that will come out of the state of Wisconsin anytime soon. So again, a round of applause for all of our Badger Conference top scholars. But we would finish by saying that as you go forward, please make sure you say thank you to those who helped you get to this point, whether that's your parents, your teachers, friends, guardians, coaches, anyone along the way that's helped you get to this point, because you are the future leaders of our country, of our state, and of this area. You're the kids who are going to go out there and find this vaccine for the COVID-19 virus and solve the world's problems in that regard. So again, I thank you for your time today. This isn't the way we wanted it to be, but we wanted to recognize you, and so congratulations, Reedsburg Area High School Badger top scholars. Thank you, and drive safely.